Dire Dragon from Halloween Costumes. This awesome dragon was designed by Brick Thunder. This is the first actor animated animatronic in the retail industry. And if you stick around to the end, you're gonna get an exclusive look at how this guy was made. From the concept art to the sculpting and even the first prototype model. And I even got a, I guess you could say professional, to help me name this thing. Now, if you want this guy, click the link down below and you'll get 15% off your entire order from Halloween Costumes. But more on that later. Because first, we've got to set him up. So here is his box. It's a pretty big box, but inside is a pretty big dragon. So let's check him out. Here. Bum, bum. There we go, it's open. I can't believe this is a retail item. I don't want you guys to see just yet. I mean, you might be able to see into the box a little bit. No peeking. All right, let's get out some of the side pieces before we get to the main head. Cardboard, instructions. We got his fog tube. Now, one of the cool parts about him is that backdrop that you saw at the beginning is included. Here's that black curtain. We got 2 metal bases. I'm assuming these are probably for the curtain frame. More cardboard. Okay, I think now it's time we check this out. All right, let's get the foam off his horn, and here we go. Here is the dragon head. This thing is actually incredible. And I love the smell of foam latex, which, yes, this thing is made out of. And as you can tell from the inside, this thing is fully foam filled. That almost never happens on a retail animatronic. This is one of the most professional pieces we have ever received in a retail animatronic. Period. From the sculpt to the paint job, this looks like something you would buy at Transworld, without a doubt. And I mean, it's got some weight. This thing is heavy. This is some durable quality right here. Now, we're still not yet done with the box. We've got his main puppet mechanism piece right here. And then we also got his base and some more poles. And then, of course, the adapter. And they even include a try me button inside of the box. Well, I guess we don't need this. I guess let's set this thing up now. Okay, so first we're gonna start by building the frame that goes around for the curtain, which we'll start with our A bases. And then we'll follow our alphabet that we all know and love. So what's after A, guys? Say it with me. Ready? 1, 2, 3. B. And then what poles come after B? Okay, come on, let's say it all together. 1, 2, 3. More B pole. Did you say C? Why would it be C? No, it's just another set of B poles that go on top. C. I think you were jumping ahead a little bit too quick there. Now it's time for the C poles. Now, if you run into the issue where both of these poles are facing this way, you just turn the other one around like that. That's all you gotta do. It's not rocket science. All right, now after C, we're not gonna put on the D poles just yet. First, we're gonna connect these two together, just like that. And now we're gonna take our curtain right here. And what do we do next? Become a superhero. To infinity and beyond. Oh, jeez. Oh, no, you cannot fly with this. Flying powers are not included. I must have read the instructions wrong. Oh, you're supposed to slide it onto the D poles. Yeah, that makes more sense. Let's give that one a try. You can tell which is the top because it's all stitched up and layered right here. We're just gonna take our D poles and we're just gonna slide it in just like that. Now we're gonna get this curtain connected right up at the top. See, now it's a little windy out, which you would think would be an issue, right? But Halloween Costumes thinks of everything. Here, come a little closer. As you can see connected to the curtain, there's these straps that all you have to do is just tie right onto the poles. We're gonna double knot that just for extra measure. It's kind of windy out. Now let's do this side. And then even down here, all the way at the bottom. And you know what? I think I'm gonna tie it actually to the base, just so it doesn't lift up. Now I am starting to experience this is starting to blow, so I'm gonna need to throw some weight on here. Let's throw a rock right there. We're gonna tie this side up. Perfect. Peekaboo. All right, we're gonna move to the back now to finish setting this guy up. All right, so now we're gonna continue with the F base. Now we're gonna go with the G poles. These really are some thick and big poles right here. You know why? Because they're G poles, like Tyler G. That's why they're great poles. They're Tyler G poles. I'm so funny. Oh, why do you guys watch these videos? Like, seriously, let me know in the comments down below because I have no clue. All right, after G, we got H. Okay, now we're starting to get serious here. We've got I. Now you want to make sure the part with the speaker is up front because this is where the dragon head is going to go. So it'll stick out from the hole right here. And this is where the actor will control it. Ooh, I'm a spooky speaker. So it really is clever how this thing works. It's basically on like a ball joint right here that lets you spin it around in like almost a full axis. It's pretty cool. All right, so now we're gonna stick the pole a little bit through the curtain. And then now it's time to finally add on the dragon head. I did something wrong. So I just noticed that this is actually upside down. This hole right here needs to be at the bottom, but all you have to do is just flip that around like that. All right, let's stick this back through. And then now it's finally time to put on the dragon head. All right, now once you connect it, you do want to very softly let it down, because like I said earlier, this dragon head is massive and super heavy because of the foam latex inside of it. So you're gonna have to let it down softly so it doesn't knock the whole thing over. But they do include some sandbags that you could use on the back right here for weight, and that'll help balance it out when you're using it. Obviously, you'll just have to fill them with weight. All right, so if you don't want to use the try me button, it does also have a motion sensor, which you just connect to right back here with this wire. And then there's another cord coming from the dragon's head, which you just stick in right here. So the instructions don't talk about the fog hose, but I'm pretty sure this piece goes to the fog machine, and then this piece you run through here. And then in the back of the head, there's a little hole that you just stick the tube into. All right. Well, let's talk about this guy. Now, the Dire Dragon is $349.99, which yes, is a little high when it comes to a lot of retail animatronics that we see, but what you're paying for is the quality on this guy. Normally, you'd find something like this for almost $1,000 or even more. Plus, if you use the link in the description, or the one right up there, you'll get a 15% off on your entire order, just for watching this video. Ain't that right, boy? I'm sorry. I'm gonna take that as a yes. Now, like I said earlier on in the video, the concept for this guy came from Brick Thunder. He works very closely with Halloween costumes and has a whole catalog of animatronics that you could buy from him. But this guy really stood out to me and is easily one of my all-time favorite retail animatronics now. Just the unique concept, the quality level, and I mean, there is literally nothing like this in the retail industry. The paint job is absolutely phenomenal on him. You see every little hand-sculpted piece in his head. I mean, there's so much little detail, from the black shading around the teeth and his horns, and all the hand-sculpted scales on his body. There's just so many different layers that makes this guy look incredible. All right, guys, here's Brick Thunder. He's the one who designed this awesome dragon right here, and he's gonna give us a little behind the scenes on how this thing was made.
All right, so during this segment, I want to show you guys some exclusive images here. I have a photo of the first sculpt of this thing. I have photos of the concept art, and I also have photos of when it was just the latex, unpainted, not on the mechanism and anything. It's just the latex. So some cool photos that really have not been seen before. Starting here with just the concept. So showing the concept art here, the concept for this guy came from the vast world of puppets in the professional industry, which we've seen for a while now, but for some reason, it's never come to retail. And I think there's definitely a big market for it, especially because a ton of people do home haunts, and stuff like this really isn't seen. If you want animation like this in an animatronic, it's going to cost a lot of money. So if you've got actors already, or if you've got family who want to help, you can have someone operating this. You get the awesome animation, you get the fog, the lights, and it's just like a pretty high-end looking animatronic then, without any need for motors. All right, so let's talk about the sculpt now. So with this guy, the sculpt turned out amazing. First, when we first got the images sent from China, it was actually a lot smaller than this. And I definitely fought for the larger scale for this thing because it's needed. It's a dragon, so it should be fairly large. And when it's a puppet, you kind of need that giant scale to make it really effective, or else it's kind of just like someone could be holding it. This thing is huge. It's awesome. When we finally got to this scale, we were all super happy with it, and the amount of detail they put into this is really incredible. Okay, so the original sculpt photos for this guy were actually sent to me back in November of 2023. And that was like the full form of this thing. So they probably started even maybe a month before that. And concepts were even before then. So this thing has been in the works for nearly 2 years, and then it was finally released at Transworld this year. This thing is basically exactly how I wanted it. I think the sculpt turned out awesome. The paint is perfect. And the greatest thing about this one specifically is this is the sample right here. This was the first one that was ever made. It looks like this on all the released ones. They all look identical.
Exactly. You guys can see from my video, this looks almost identical to what you're gonna receive.
The other photo I wanted to show you guys is this just full latex version. And it's just cool to see because a lot of props like this I would kind of expect to be blow molded in retail, but I really like that they did a hard foam latex because it feels a lot more professional. This thing feels like a quality product that's gonna last you. So there's the image of it. Full latex, no paint, but once they did the paint, this thing was perfect.
But I guess let's get back to my review on him. Now, if you guys have watched any of my other videos, I always say no animatronic is perfect. And while this guy is very close, in my opinion, he's not 100% there yet. I do really wish instead of the eyes glowing, he had lights in his mouth to blend with the fog and make it look like fire is coming out. Now, I really do like, though, how the lights in the eyes do stay on. I'm so happy they don't flash or blink or turn off after the activation. They just remain on. I really wish there was some sort of connector that you could connect to your fog machine that'll activate the fog anytime the animatronic is activated. We've seen this in a bunch of props done before, but I think it would make more sense to just kind of click one button, like the try me button, to activate both the audio, the lights, and the fog. And I mean, maybe instead of including the try me button, maybe have a button right on the handles that you could just press. Now, obviously that's something easy that I could just add. I could just stick the try me button right onto the handles, but just another thought of a possibility for an addition. Now, personally, I'm not the biggest fan of this fog hose connector, because you kind of have to like wrap it around the nozzle, which you really can't do if the fog machine is turned on because the nozzle gets hot. And then for some reason, the hose just really isn't connected in here and it just kind of pops out. On paper, it is a really good idea because I do really like how it fully wraps around the fog machine nozzle. So I think that could be improved. Now, I was thinking about maybe putting wheels on his base. Just a thought that I thought may be kind of cool. So then you could kind of roll him forward and backwards as well and move the head around. But I mean, realistically, that's all I have to complain about. And that's just being very nitpicky. This still remains, in my opinion, one of the best retail animatronics we've ever seen. I need your help.
I have lots of help to give. Right, Glenn? What's going on?
Okay, so I got this dragon, right? It's a dire dragon breed. It's a Brick Thunder dire dragon, okay? So he breathes fire.
Where are you traveling from?
I don't know, but this is what he looks like right
All
here.
right, show Toothless too.
What do you think, Toothless?
Oh my goodness.
And you need help naming him.
That is one
Isn't that a pretty cool dragon?
He's got some monstrous nightmare, almost like traits. I'm trying to think. What do you think we should call this one, bud?
I agree.
All right, I think you got it. All right, so look at the nose, right? It looks like an axe.
Yeah.
We should call it an axe horn.
An axe horn? Ooh, I like that. I like that.
Pretty good. That's pretty good.
I like that.
That sounds.
Good
That
job.
was a great idea, bud.
I agree.
I like it. Are we all in accord?
Yeah, that's good.
I agree.
Perfect. Shake on it.
Yes. But thank you, Halloween Costumes, for sending me one of these guys. And once again, guys, click the link down in the description to get 15% off your entire order. Is there anything else you gotta say, man? I think what he's trying to say is peace out.
Ouch! He bite me.